Welcome back to Midnight Voices. Tonight we're back in the studio. The coffee's hot, and the leftover marshmallows survived the woods mostly. Please refrain from saying "amateurish" into the microphones. The word alone upsets our compressors. Professor Elmer Uckadis returns with the report of another micro-U.S.O sighting, this time an object the size of the paramecium swimming figure-eights inside a single drop of seawater. Brad joins us with a story of alien felt-like fingers that tickle ribs during sleep and leave no marks, only chills. Mick is here from his haunted biker bar where phantom motorcycles idle after closing, pool balls roll by themselves, and a bar fight replays with no one to throw the first punch. Kenny brings evidence from a haunted circus filled ectoplasmic clowns, a funhouse that still laughs without walls, cotton candy that materializes and dissolves, and the spookiest piece, a fortune teller's list that predicted who would be next to be noticed. Dr. Carranza will explain elementals, very atomized carbon entities that form in soot, smoke, and storm air. And Janet Bubble Jane Mendoza is the psychic bubble blower whose bubbles show pictures before they pop. Crew, Mike's live. Audience, phones ready. And Titus, thank you for labeling the marshmallow bowl Schrödinger's s'mores.
They collapse to delicious once observed.
Science I can get behind.
And in fronto, and slightly to the left of
Professor Uckadis, the micro-U.S.O submersible the size of a paramecium.
Observed in a droplet under dark field. It executed right-angle turns, no paramecium attempts. Emitted a faint cobalt flare, then hid behind a salt crystal as if using terrain. I think we're seeing navigation, not drift.
Brad, the rib tickling in the middle of the night. Tell us more.
I wake to a sensation like fingertips counting rungs between ribs. Breath goes shallow, room goes cold, then warm for turns like someone zipped me shut. No bruises, no footprints, just a shiver that lingers.
Mick, your biker bar.
At 2:13 a.m. the jukebox plays a track we don't own. Pool balls break without a cue. Chrome reflections show riders who aren't there. Once a barstool slid 3 feet to catch a man who wasn't falling.
Candy, the old abandoned circus field that they are getting ready to build a new house on.
Ground still smells like sugar and ozone. I caught ectoplasmic cotton candy spun for nothing, pink fog that sticks to your hand then vanishes. The funhouse lasts through a frame of air, and the fortune tellers ledger listed initials in chalk that match people who later reported I've luck, next to be noticed.
Dr. Carranza, carbon elementals.
Yes, atomized carbon clustering in smoke plumes can hold charge and shape, behaving like a primitive intelligence. Think soot sprites with the weather degree. They're natural, not moral.
Janet, tell us about your psychic bubble blower.
Ronnie, I breathe intention into glycerin. The film diffracts thought. Before a bubble pops, a picture flashes, faces, places, sometimes a word. Tonight's bubble reads, listen.
Noted, also terrifying.
The phone lines are open. Our first caller is Cal from San Diego, California. You're on the internet.
Professor, can paramecium size do so survive outside seawater in a lab slide?
Briefly. Inside a humid chamber. Mine hid behind a crystal until I resalted the droplet, then resumed swimming. It behaves like a pilot, not a particle.
Anna from Portland, Oregon. You're on the internet.
Brad, how do you stop the rib tickling without screaming?
I press a palm to my sternum and count 5 slow breaths. The touch says mine, the breath says not now. It retreats.
Jane from Austin, Texas. You're virtually on the internet.
Mick, if pull balls move by themselves, do you still rack them or let ghosts play through? Mick, house rule if the balls break. We chop cues and take turns with the afterlife. They're decent sports.
Martha from Chicago, Illinois. You're on the internet.
Candy, the fortune. Color listed it say names or just initials?
Initials and a symbol. When the symbol matched a person's charm or tattoo, they reported being noticed soon after lights flickering, radio choosing songs.
William from Miami, Oklahoma. You're on the internet.
Dr. Carranza, but my leaf blower had angered a ghost. I think I blasted something in the attic.
Likely you scattered a dust elemental. Offer calm air, open a window, and speak an apology. Elementals aren't vengeful, just reactive.
Roberta from Denver, Colorado. You're on the internet.
Janet, what happens if I blow a bubble while thinking about nothing?
Bubble Jane, you'll still get a picture, usually your next nothing, like an empty chair you're meant to rest in.
Benny from Knoxville, Tennessee. You're on the internet.
Professor, how small could a vehicle be and still be a vehicle?
If it navigates by rule instead of drift, it qualifies. Scale is a prejudice, behavior is the clue.
Angela from Phoenix, Arizona, you're on the internet.
Brad, did the fingers ever leave a message in dust or on skin?
Once they traced a grid on my ribcage that matched the shadow of my blinds at noon, like they were sinking.
Cindy from Wilmington, Delaware, you're on the internet.
Mick, how do you keep patrons safe when a bar fight breaks out?
We note the replay's time and clear the floor 5 minutes before. The invisible shove still happens and no one gets bruised.
Susan from Albany, New York, you're on the internet.
Candy, how does ectoplasmic cotton candy taste? Does it turn your tongue green?
I tried. My tongue went cold, like breathing a freezer aisle. No harm, just instant nostalgia.
Lori from Spokane, Washington, you're on the internet.
Dr. Carranza, I blasted a giant web with a water gun filled with holy water, and a spider fell out. Did I smite or just hydrate?
Hydrated. Holy water calms people. Spiders prefer relocation. Use a cup and a postcard. Sanctify the exit if you must.
Bradford from New Orleans, Louisiana, you're on the internet.
Janet, can Bubbles carry someone else's thought if we are in the same room?
Yes, Bubbles eavesdrop on nearby intention. If you want yours only, hum while you blow. It fences the film.
Benny from Carson City, Nevada, you're on the internet.
Professor, could a micro-U.S.O be a probe mapping our bodies like oceans?
Astounding idea, and the rib grid Brad mentioned nudges that way. We're either archipelagos or metaphors.
Cindy from Cleveland, Ohio, you're the last caller for the night.
Mick, do the bikes rev when a storm rolls in?
Thunder is their curtain call. We keep helmets by the door, for the living.
Tonight we learned beeples can be microscopic and still have somewhere to be. Fingers can count ribs without leaving fingerprints. Biker bars can host courteous brawls. And cotton candy can appear to remind you of the summer you forgot to miss. Elementals don't hate leaf blowers, they dislike surprises. Bubbles hear your secrets and depict them kindly. And if a list says next to be noticed, wave at the hallway light when it chooses you. If a paramecium-sized pilot swims your way, offer a grain of salt and a kind thought. If your ribs feel numbered, breathe and claim the territory. If your barstool slides by itself, let it. And if you must save on maturation, please do it off mic. Our compressors are sensitive souls. This is Midnight Voices. Be gentle with the small, skeptical of the loud, and generous with the marshmallows. Good night.